If you want to unlock the LSIT, then this is the video for you.
They think you're a monster.
I'm gonna make him an offer, Captain.
Right.
Wake up to reality.
Hey there YouTube, it's your boy Sleepy Sage back again with another video. And so for today's topic, I'm going to be going over on how to unlock the LSIT. One, I personally think that this is a skill that a lot of people that are new to calisthenics should try to unlock and want to unlock. Not only is this a very easy and simple skill to learn, but you can also get a stronger core from this, and it also does help with your hip flexors as well. So with that being said, let's get straight into it. So first things first, the LSIT is not a hard exercise to do, and it's mostly a simple one, an easy one. It mostly consists of core compression and developing and strengthening your hip flexors. So the muscles that are going to be worked when doing this exercise is going to be your core, your hip flexors, your obliques, your chest, triceps, and also your shoulders as well. Next, we're going to talk about the progressions for getting to the full LSIT. So about this exercise, it is a static hold, which meaning that you have to be able to hold yourself in a certain position for a certain amount of time. And so the progressions when going to the full LSIT, first we have is the tucked LSIT, you have the bent knee LSIT, then you have the single leg, and then after you can do the single leg, and then you get to the full LSIT. So just like the progressions, you also have exercises and drills that's going to help with your progress as well to go along with the progressions. So here are some exercises and drills that's going to help with your progress when learning the LSIT. So the first one is leg compressions. These are, how you say, personally my favorite, because not only do they mimic the core compression movement of the exercise, but also they really do help strengthen your hip flexors a lot. This, you can definitely see a really big difference once you start doing these exercises. If the leg compressions are too hard for you, the next one that I have is the single leg alternating compressions. This is like an easier version of the leg compressions. You know, if that's too hard for you, same thing as well. It kind of just strengthens your hip flexors and helps mimic that core compression movement. Next is going to be scapular lifts. This is also kind of like a key one as well, because it is, how you say, help perfecting your form in the sense of when you're doing the LSIT, you also need to push down your scapula. You know, this is something that a lot of people, they kind of learn over time. It's like one of those body cues that help you perfect your form and get better at it over time. And also it does strengthen your shoulder blades as well too. Next one is leg raises. You know, we've all know what leg raises are. You know, it just helps, how you say, strengthen your core and things like that. Next one is going to be the lower back stretch, or how you say, reaching for your toes, especially if you're lying down on the ground. This one I would definitely say to practice as well, because there is some level of flexibility when doing the LSIT, and I would say this one is specific because you're also extending that lower back around, like, say, your lower back to like your hip area or waist area, somewhere around that area. You know, it kind of does help with the flexibility in that as well too, and even like, say, your hamstrings, even if your hamstrings are tight too, so that also helps us generally as well. And last but not least, the one exercise that I would definitely recommend and I would definitely say to start doing to really see progress is weighted single leg alternating compressions. These are the same ones like I've stated before, except you're doing them with a weight. It could be a 5-pound or even like a 10-pound, whether if it's a dumbbell or even like a kettlebell. I would personally recommend using the kettlebell because it's a lot easier to, you know, lift on your leg and just use with your leg. But this exercise specifically alone, not only would it help boost your progress with the LSIT, it would literally eliminate the cramps that you get. A lot of people, when they do the L-sit or when they start out, they always say they're experiencing cramps, or like or quote unquote their legs get tired, which is true to a degree. It's mostly with your quads, around your quad area, or even like your hip flexors. That's usually where it gives out first, and not your whole entire legs. So by doing this one particular exercise, it will definitely eliminate that. I know that from experience because I still do it still to this day, even before I do my L-sits, or even when I do L-sits, say if I do it on the ground, even like I do it on hanging on the bar, I always warm up with weighted leg, single leg compressions. These will definitely help you out big time. And a last key tip to remember is this: the more elevation you have, the easier. The less elevation you have, the harder it is. Have you ever noticed that when you're on a pull-up bar, or even when you're on the floor, it's harder to do the L-sit on the floor than it is on the pull-up bar? Why is that? Because when you're on the floor, you have less space and less room under you. So it's a higher margin of error. Versus you doing it on the pull-up bar, and you have more room and you have more space under you. So it's a less margin of error. So that's just something just to, just for you to remember and just keep in mind when you're training your L-sits and things like that. And even like say when you do your leg raises or whatever the case may be, so that's just like a key tip just to remember in the future. And that's pretty much been it. That has been the L-sit video. Let me know in the comments if y'all like this video, if this is really helpful. Maybe you just started doing your L-sit journey, or maybe you're still doing it and this video definitely helped you out a lot more, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and things like that. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video. All right, peace.